I don't want to sound callous or unkind or cruel, but the Children of Courage Awards. How much courage does it take to get poorly? All I'm saying is, maybe we could just change the name to the Children of Horrible Misfortune. That way we could include ugly children as well. If anyone's sitting there thinking, I really didn't like that joke, I don't like the subject matter, I didn't think it was very funny. Imagine how it went down at the Great Ormond Street Gala. Well, comedy's been pretty good to me over the last couple of years. I've had a really sort of good run at it. And I wanted to give something back. And what I thought I'd do is try and sort of do some guerrilla comedy, put some comedy in places where you don't normally find it. Obviously, you all, come out to a comedy show this evening, and people watching a comedy DVD tend to be in quite a good mood already. But what about the people that aren't having a good day? What about the people, I don't know, reading the small ads? I mean, you can't be having a good time if you're reading the small ads. You're either buying something second-hand, or you're filling in a personal. And let's face it, if you're summing up your personality in 30 words or less, it basically means you don't have a good one. So what I thought I'd do is put some, I've got a credit card, I've got quite good phone manner. I'll play some small ads, maybe cheer some people up along the way. Would you like to see them? Yeah. Of course you fucking would. This is the first one that I placed. I put it in the personals. It's incurable romantic seeks filthy whore. This next one's sort of the basis for all small ads, in my opinion, in the personals. Good-looking, athletic, Notting Hill-based movie star, millionaire, seeks gullible stunner. Now, the business opportunity section of papers, I travel up and down the country doing lots of stand-up gigs, and I always sort of read the local paper. It's normally, quite good fun. The business opportunity section, useless for me. Unless you want to buy a cafe in Solihull, no good. So I thought I'd try and brighten it up with an ad. I placed this. Small minority wanted to spoil it for the rest of us. There's always one, is it you? Now, the announcement section in a local paper should be an interesting thing, but it's not. It's births, marriages and deaths. But of course, if you know the person, involved in either being born or getting married or dying, you sort of know. You don't need to read it in the paper. So it's a bit pointless. Although my nan used to collect anything to do with our family or friends. She used to collect all the little personals from the local paper and put them in a shoebox. She collected them all for like 50 years. And then she died and we popped them in the bin. That's not a joke, that's just what happens. Anyway, I thought I'd try and, cheer up the announcement section of the paper. I went with this ad. Amanda, I'm running a bit late. We'll be there in about an hour. How far apart are the contractions? This next one is, well, it's just plain odd, but I ended up putting it in public and legal notices, but only because I was out of ideas as to where to put it. Nemesis wanted. I'm 5'10", into kayaking, books and conversation by day, justice, honour and vengeance by night. Seeking archenemy, possibly crime lord or deformed megalomaniac. I'd like to get to know you all as an audience, but it's difficult to get to know a lot of people in one go. There's only one of me, that's loads of you. What I've devised is a method. Moral dilemmas. These are questions to which there is no absolute wrong or right answer. Just your opinion tells me something about who you are as individuals and who you are as a group. So if everyone joins in, this works. So everyone say yes? Yes! Everyone say no? No! Everyone say I can think for myself? I can think for myself. OK. Right, let's do a warm-up first. This doesn't count towards your final score. Just a warm-up, just to get you into the spirit of things. But if everyone could answer straight away, that would be great. Is it acceptable to kill a whale in order to save 2 pandas? Yes! That's about a 90% yes, I would say, this evening. You've thought, yeah, fuck it. Someone go, no. No. All right. Don't worry, it's not going to happen. That's not the finale of the show. Although I wish I'd thought of that. That'd be fucking brilliant. The best response I've had to that recently, I said, is it acceptable to kill a whale in order to save 2 pandas? And someone went, let them fight it out between themselves. Now, for better, for worse, this is the question I use to judge an audience, to judge individuals. If you could all answer, that would be great. Would you fuck your dad to save your mum? I don't know why you're looking so upset? It's easier for girls. He's ugly. Imagine that being a factor. Imagine thinking, yeah, I would fuck my dad, but he's not a looker. He's let himself go maybe 5 years ago. What would you, sir? He's there? Oh, hi. So, do you mind me asking, is your mum here as well? Oh, brilliant. Well, we can actually do a proper test. Now, I've got snipers all the way around this building. And they're pointing a gun at your mother, yeah? We're going to kill her. Your mum's been taken hostage. She's going to be killed. We would like you to bum your dad.
Well...
It's difficult. Yeah, of course it's difficult. I'm not saying you wouldn't be thumbing in a softie. That's fine.
I say let her die.
You say let her die. Sorry, hang on, we're not in Norfolk. What are you booing? You're booing a man saying, I wouldn't bum my dad. Just take a moment to think about that. All right, so you've made your decision.
Don't listen to Jimmy.
It's all right, Mum. It's all right, Mum. Is that your daughter there?
Yeah.
Same question to you. Oh, I love my job. At what point did you think as a family this would be a good show to go and see? Never mind that Lion King bullshit. Let's bring the kids out to see a proper show where we openly discuss incest. The best response I've had to that, someone went, not again. I bought one of those round-the-world air tickets, £1,200, amazing value. 37 hours later, I arrived back at Heathrow. A lot of people say modern art is pretentious, but I look at it like this. Boxers don't have sex before a fight. Do you know what that is? They don't fancy each other. If you eat a lot of spicy food, you can damage your sense of taste. When I was in India last year, I was listening to a lot of Michael Bolton. Every year in this country, thousands of dogs are needlessly and pointlessly destroyed. Every night, hundreds of homeless people go hungry. All I'm saying is, it wouldn't happen in Korea. I would like to take this opportunity to recommend Korean food to each and every one of you. Their cuisine is delicious, their delicacies. They're the dog's bollocks. On holiday, I went walking in the lakes. It's called swimming. And while I was there, I met a very beautiful girl and I fell in love, but she was going out with a friend of mine, so I had to hide the way I felt. That's not easy wearing Speedos. Men tend to fall asleep directly after sex. All I'm saying is, maybe for women, put a bit more into it. Sorry, that's not meant to be misogynistic in any way. I was reading in Tits and Arse magazine. Very interesting and informative article. It was about the difficulties of asking your partner for anal sex. It was entitled, What if she takes it the wrong way? Sorry, I can see you're shifting uncomfortably there. I didn't mean to offend you. I'm sure whatever you decide about anal sex, I'm sure he'll be right behind you. It's easier to get forgiveness than permission. Just thought I'd slip that in. Mother always said, if you haven't got anything nice to say, fuck off. I read an interview with Margaret Thatcher a couple of years ago, and in it she was talking about her funeral. She said, I don't want my funeral to be a morbid affair. I want it to be a celebration. I thought, well, you won't be disappointed, love. My sister had a baby. I went to see her. She said, do you want to wind him? I said, I'd give him a dead leg, shall I? Cats have got 9 lives, which makes them ideal for experimentation. A dog is for life, not just for Christmas. So do be careful at the office party. Watching sex on telly with mum and dad, that's embarrassing. I didn't even know they knew to use the camcorder. A very common male fantasy is to have two women at the same time. One to cook, one to clean. Easy there, I'm joking. They want to fuck them.
Question.
Oh, go on.
Why are willies so ugly? How can you make them prettier?
Why are what so ugly?
Willies!
Why are willies so ugly? Because you're a lesbian. That's why. I have terrible period pains every 6 weeks. I suffer appalling mood swings, and for the first couple of days I can hardly move with the pain. What do you recommend? They said hot water bottle, bed rest and chocolate. I've gone for the rather more old school. Have you considered building a shed in your garden where you can hide your shame? This is a great letter. I've fallen for my lodger. We get on incredibly well and have started sleeping together. I'd like to take the relationship to the next level, but I still need the rent. I've got as far as saying, well, you've gone from boarding house to brothel. Any other last problems? Anyone else got anything going on?
I'm going bald.
You're going? Sorry, I can see you and I think it may have happened. I don't think there's any ing needed. But that's nothing to be ashamed of, is it, going bald?
Yeah, there's not many bald people here.
No, I mean, my audience are quite cool. But, you know, occasionally one of you guys gets in and... Do you know why men go bald? It's quite interesting. I read an article in New Scientist magazine. Apparently men go bald because of too much male hormone. So my advice to you is to stop swallowing.
Yeah, Jimmy.
Yo, go on.
Yeah, your mum keeps calling me asking for sex.
My dead mum keeps on calling you. At least twice. Right, she's barking up the wrong tree with you, isn't she? No, you're up for it. Well, that's lovely to hear. Not deterred by finding out she's dead, he's gone, yeah, I'll still do it, yeah. It is fine. I mean, that would seem like a rude thing to shout out. Your mum's up for it, but I don't mind at all because I was warned that he was going to be here this evening. I knew you were going to be here because I was actually warned by your mum. No, seriously, she did. She warned me. She said. She said. She said, my boy's going to be here, he'll show. He's a wrong and he'll probably shout something out. What a cunt. At least I think she was talking to me. I wasn't the only one there. And she had a mouthful. Go on, have another go. I do this for a living. I love it. Any other problems? We all fine? Well, the final couple of these. I met a man who's wonderful and we love each other very much. However, I recently found in his cupboard a homemade dildo made out of cardboard wrapped in cellophane. Do you think he's gay? I've said, but it looks bad, but on the bright side, he's recycling. Last one. For the past 2 years, I've suspected that my dad is having an affair with the next-door neighbour. Should I confront him about it? I said, no, don't confront him. First off, look for clues. Did the next-door neighbour's kids look like you? Have you been told not to fuck them? Is there a hole in the garden fence? Are you sure slugs leave a trail like that? Thanks very much. My girlfriend bought a T-shirt for £80. That's a ridiculous amount to spend on a T-shirt, am I right? It said D&G on the front. I suppose fair enough. One of her tits is bigger than the other. I thought my girlfriend was a slag when she told me I was her 32nd lover, and then I realised she was talking about time. There is a minimum comprehension level you may be asked to leave. I'm sorry. My ideal woman would be a single mum, once I'd finished with her. It's a joke, I'd pay for the abortion. Ah, got you again, I fucking wouldn't. Let's talk about something a little bit more serious. It can't all be slapstick abortion stuff. Let's hear it from all the heterosexual men in the room. Give us a shout, all the heterosexual men. I'm guessing from that expression, I can't remember which one heterosexual is. I'm not taking a chance. Maybe this is how they recruit them. The most annoying thing my sister does is that show Chatty Man. That's the most annoying heckle that I get at gigs. I like it when people join in. I like a bit of a heckle and a bit of fun. But the most annoying one I get is when I've set up a joke, just about to do the punchline, and someone goes, invariably it's the same thing. It's always, where's Alan? Where's Alan? It's not my, like, bête noire. It's just a bit annoying. Where's Alan? Who's at your house fucking your dad? I think we all knew, including him, I think we all knew that was a trap. I could feel you as one going, hold, hold, hold. And then one brave soul over there said, no. I'm taking one for the team. Or rather, your dad is. Of course, not all gay people are happy, camp, and fun. Some of them are lesbians. If you're a lesbian and you didn't find that funny, you're surprising no one. Are there any lesbians in? No, my gaydar is pretty much honed in on this pair down there. Hello, how are you two? You all right? Yeah. Are you, I presume you're a couple?
Married, yeah.
You're married? Oh, congratulations.
Okay.
Fabulous. How long have you been married?
Since October.
Since October? My God, it's new and fresh. Have you even finished consummating the relationship?
No.
You don't know when you're finished, do you? That's one of the problems with your lifestyle choice. We'll just put that on hold. We'll be back in a minute. Well, so you're married, you're committed to each other. Well, it's maybe a crazy question to ask you because you're in this long-term relationship and you love each other, but what would it take to get you back on solids? She's a definite no and you're a maybe. Okay, good. Oh, I love my job. I tell you what, I'm going to do a test and see whether we've got any other sisters in the room, see if there's any other lesbian sisters. Like I'm a lesbian, I've got the haircut, come on. I'm going to test the heterosexuality of the other ladies in the room. Just a simple question to test this. Ladies, have you read 50 Shades of Grey? Yeah. You've all read that book? You love that book. I would describe 50 Shades of Grey as the ultimate flick book. It was the best-selling book last year. What's the world coming to? It was the best-selling book last year. I can prove it. Last year, wettest on record. I think it's a very interesting book because, although it's not a great piece of literature, it's more gusset typing. It's interesting because it's pornography for ladies. That's what it is, right? And men, that book is in our houses, isn't it? 50 Shades of Grey is in our house, and we've not even picked it up. We're not looking at your pornography, ladies. We're not interested in your kind of pornography. We're very happy with the service broadband is providing. Ladies consume pornography in a very different way to men, and the genders are very different in our consumption of pornography. Here's a fact, gentlemen, that will blow your minds about women's consumption of pornography. Women watch porn films to the end. You know why? To see if they get married. We should probably do a little heckle amnesty. I quite like it when people join in and heckle. You know the rules of heckling, right? You can join in, nothing, no physical contact. You can only use your mouth, just like your mum when she's having a flare-up. Any heckles? Anyone care to?
What have you done to your hair?
What have I done to my hair? I've redistributed. I had too much hair on the back of my head and not enough up here. The glare would have taken your fucking eyes out. So it's for you that I've done this. I think I've gone from having Lego hair to having Playmobil Man hair. They say you can't polish a turd, but you can roll it in glitter, can't you? I say you can joke about anything, but not with anyone. I think with you good people this evening, I should be fine, right? Well, let's see, shall we? We'll put that to the test.
Having sex is like riding a bike. My uncle taught me when I was a kid.
Well, I met a girl in the audience recently with a weird job. So I was chatting away to people in the audience, and this girl, I said, what do you do? She said, I work in marketing. I went, well, what exactly? She went, I'm head of marketing for a prosthetic limbs company. Now, I'd never met an arms dealer before.
I could do a brilliant Michael Jackson impersonation. Would you like to see it? Okay, I just need a young volunteer that can keep a secret. Come on up. Yeah. What are you getting up for? What? Wait a second, this is a teachable moment. If a grown man beckons you forth as he undoes his flies, this is some stranger danger, son. What's your name?
Mikey.
Mikey. Let's hear it from Mikey, everyone. That is, because, you know why? That is commitment to a night out at a comedy show. There's a young man that's just thought to himself, oh, it's the bit of the show where I suck his cock. Great.
Sorry. I was at a doctor's about 2 years ago now. He said, I'm going to need a sperm sample. I said, no problem at all. He said, would you like help from an attractive Russian nurse? I went, yeah. Send in the attractive Russian nurse. This gorgeous, could have been a model, Russian nurse walked in, called Vlad, big bloke. He got me. So Vlad walks in and goes, would you like to masturbate in the cup? I said, I'm good, but I'm not ready for competition yet. And then Vlad takes me off to, they've got a room set up in the doctor's office specifically for the purpose of collecting sperm samples. I don't know what they call the room, the wank bank? Or, no, it'd be something medical, something Latin sounding. I don't know, the masturbatorium. It's not half bad, is it, masturbatorium? Sounds like someone from Harry Potter. That's the masturbatorium, Harry, for the Expelliarmus. So sorry, I got you again there. So they've got everything you need for the matter in hand, quite literally, in this room. They've got a lock on the door. That's important. They've got a seat, they've got a bench, they've got a loo, they've got a sink, and they give you, when you're giving a sperm sample in a doctor's office, they give you porn. Hardcore porn. Quite a lot of arse stuff, not really to my taste, but whatever, I'll work with it. I'm a trooper. So I'm in there, and I'm doing what a man needs to do to produce a sperm sample, and I'm just about to complete the mission. I'm on what's referred to as the vinegar strokes. When I notice out the corner of my eye, there's another drawer with porn for straight men. Pedophiles get a bad rap. But if it wasn't for pedophiles, I wouldn't be able to light a fire, put up a tent, or keep a secret.
People say the best things in life are free, but those people have clearly never had sex.
Your suit don't fit you. Well, who does it fucking fit? I mean... Well, sorry, I bought it from a kid shop. I don't know how to explain this to you. I'm not that small, I'm just far away. As a kid, for 5 years, I was in the church choir. Now, I can't sing that well, but boy, can I suck a cock. My friend said to me, what rhymes with orange? I said, no, it doesn't.
When you're young, pedophiles are something to laugh at, the local creep. But then you grow up and you have your own kids with their own unique personalities and quirks and difficulties, and it suddenly hits you. What the fuck do these pedos see in these little shits? Is anyone here in a controlling relationship? Raise your partner's hand.
Scientists say the largest sexual organ in the body is actually the mind. But that's only because those scientists haven't seen Charlie's mum's fanny. I'd like to take a moment to thank Charlie's mum for letting us use it this evening. It's a wonderful space. Wonderful space.
Oh, no, I got on very well with your mum. I never forget what your mum said to me. Let go of my ears, I know what I'm doing. I'm not being disrespectful. I got on very well with his mum. I made his mum come. I remember clearly because she dropped her chips. You're going to be able to tell your grandchildren about seeing this show. Yeah. You'll say, I saw a man and he stood on stage and he made light of serious situations. We used to call them jokes. And people would laugh. And your grandchildren will ask, they'll say, non-binary elder? Non-binary elder? What's a joke? And you'll say, you are. My girlfriend shouts daddy in the bedroom, which I think is a bit rude. Daddy? Because, I mean, there's 3 of us here, not just you and your dad. I've been described, London, as a sex symbol, and that symbol is a question mark. Followed by a no. Everyone is shaving their pussy. Mainly women. Everyone is shaving their pussy, and hipsters, the hipsters these days, have beards. So society has the same amount of hair, just on different cunts. Do you remember the incident in the 90s with Michael Jackson? Where he was on tour in Germany, he had the top floor of a hotel, and he had the baby, and he held the baby over the balcony, and he shook the baby. Crazy. You can't get cum off a baby like that. Somewhat ironically, that has really separated the men from the boys, hasn't it? Hotel sex is better than sex at home, isn't it? You make noise, you can make mess, your wife's not there, better. I don't like it when people tell me their kid is adopted. What difference does it make? It's your kid, whether it's biologically yours or a rescue. I want One Direction to do a BTS covers medley at my funeral, because that way, I'll be glad I'm dead. My father died. Really? What was it? The big C. Cancer. No, he drowned. Talking to a North African girl in her native language for hours. We just clicked. Fucking anthropology jokes, I've got it all. My girlfriend sometimes calls it her foo-foo, which I think is a bit juvenile. I'll be honest with you, it makes Mr. Dingle-Dangle not want to do the Humpty Hump. I used to date this incredible-looking woman, just beautiful. I mean, we're still together, but she's let herself go. It's as if they're an ugly woman at the back going, boo. What, sorry? Rude? So sorry, when I said there's an ugly woman at the back, you went, hey, he's talking to me. Yeah. Rude. I mean, it's self-esteem. There's nothing I can do about your self-esteem. That's why they call it self-esteem. What's your name, madam? Kelly. Kelly, I'm going to go soft on you, like every man that's ever seen you naked. No, I'm just saying, Kelly, you're what dimmer switches were invented for. That's all I'm saying. You ever wonder why there's always a dimmer switch in a bedroom? That.
Now, have we got anyone in from around the country? Is there anyone in from the north? Oh, quite a few of you. Oh. I ask you, what's the point in having a north-south divide if you're not going to police it? It is a peculiarity of the United Kingdom that people from Liverpool tend to think people from Manchester are a bunch of cunts. And vice versa, people from Manchester think people from Liverpool are a bunch of cunts. When will they realise? So I should apologise, really, because I've used the C word rather a lot so far this evening, and I know a lot of people, especially the ladies, let's be honest, find that a little bit offensive. There is, of course, an alternative to cunt. I don't mean up the arse. No, are you all familiar with the phrase, see you next Tuesday? See, it's the polite English way of saying the C word so as not to cause too much offence. Although, ironically, I can't think of too many situations where you want to call someone a cunt, but you don't offend them. Sort of what I like about it. I'll have a bit of a sit down, I think. Oh, you're all right? Was this the sort of thing you had in mind? No, right, okay, I'm fucked. Who's come the furthest? Did anyone come from, like, a long way overseas? Or... Canvey Island's the furthest anyone came. Well, fuck you. You were all in the area anyway, were you? What's that? Was that Dover? Or you were castrated before you got a chance to... Right. Were you worried about sounding silly, so you thought, well, I'll put on a ludicrous high-pitched voice? That should sort things out, shouldn't it? So you're a sailor, are you? Imagine my surprise at your high-pitched voice. Bad things come in threes. Good example of that is Atomic Kitten. Every time I think of Atomic Kitten, actually, I'm slightly saddened because I think, well, somewhere in the northeast, there's a supermarket 3 checkout girls short. I wrote that joke for a thing called Worst Britons, where I had to write jokes about lots of celebrities. It was a programme that we put on Channel 4. I wrote this as well, if it's of any interest to you. I went to a car boot sale the other week. I found this old, brown, bent, leathery tool. Turned out to be David Dickinson. Now, I don't know if anyone's seen any of the other TV shows that I made. I make a show called Distraction at the moment. Has anyone seen that? Yeah. Oh, just about everyone. And one person liked it. Well, that's good. If I can entertain just one man, I'll have been shit. The Distractions is quite good. It's Channel 4's replacement to Sex in the City. Just imagine the city is Dundee and the sex is anal. You get the idea. I do another show called Your Face or Mine. Has everyone seen that? Yeah. It's quite good fun, I think. It's a fun show. It's as shallow as a Tinker's Bar. Sorry, no offence. I didn't mean to... But, you know, it's quite a fun show. It's basically about couples. It's about looks in relationships. Who here thinks looks are important in a relationship? Yeah. Oh, quite a few of you being honest this evening. I sort of sit on the fence on that one. Are looks important in a relationship? Well, I mean, you don't look at the fireplace when you're poking the fire, do you? But you do when it's sucking you off, so... When I was a kid, I was scared of the dentist. He was a paedophile. I suppose that begs the question, how many fillings did he give me? I believe each and every child should be given a chance, and that's why, if they can guess the number I'm thinking of, I let them go. Is anyone in from around the country? You're from London? Where are you from? Whereabouts are you from, sir? Doncaster. You're from Doncaster, and you're down here just for the lights. You'll be back and telling people, oh, I was inside. It was like a cave, but it was like daytime at night. Couldn't make a head and a tail.
Candles.
Candles? Yes, they're like candles. Well done, you. It's lovely to have you. Now, mark off back.
New Zealand.
New Zealand? How's it going over there? Is it all right?
Yeah, it's not bad.
You still having that problem with Saruman and his orc army? Hello? Sorry, did you just go hello at the end? Where are you from, madam? Dartford. Dartford? You sound like a man. Where are you from, madam? Dartford. Harrow. Sorry, it's like a horrible racist joke from the 70s. Harrow. Hello to you. What, sorry? You're from Sevenoaks, but you said hello.
That wasn't me.
That wasn't you. Why are you talking then? I don't understand. Who said that? Not me. I'm from Sevenoaks. What do you do, madam?
I'm a student.
You're a student. What are you studying? Drama? Really? You know, I always say the same thing. Whenever I meet a drama student, an aspiring actress or an actor, I always say the same thing to any aspiring actor or an actress I meet. I always say, I'll have a coffee, please. I was in Newcastle recently. I was in the back of a cab in Newcastle, and the cab driver said to me, "There's no red light district in Newcastle." Because that's how they talk. If you're in Newcastle for the weekend, it's most disconcerting because you find yourself thinking, well, is everyone trying to start a sing-song and I just don't know the words? There's no red light district in Newcastle. I hadn't asked, incidentally. I hadn't got in the back of a cab in Newcastle and said, "Take me to the prostitutes, my good man." No, just apropos of nothing, this bloke went to me, "There's no red light district in Newcastle." No, I didn't say anything because he was quite a big, tough, Geordie bloke. But I did think to myself, I'll tell you why, no need. Have you been to Newcastle? 2 Bacardi Breezers and the deal is done. It's the kind of town where if you've got money enough for chips, guess what? Great news, you're not going home on your own. There was a nice little smile there. Just as if to say, I'll tell you what I like, chips and cock. Good on you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I do for a living. I think of little jokes in my head, and then I tell them to you so that you'll like me. It sounds a bit tragic when I say, "What was that? It's not working?" Well, you can fuck off. This is as good as it ever fucking goes. I don't come to your work and knock the sailor's cocks out your mouth, do I? Where are you? It's not working, man. Give us a wave. What do you do, sir? Telecoms. You do telecoms? What do you do? Do you... I do you. I do you telephone. What, sorry?
Build technical.
You build them networks. Ironically, you work in communications and can hardly string a fucking sentence together. Jesus. Well, broadly speaking, as I say, this is what I do for a living. Sometimes it doesn't quite work out, because sometimes I'll have an idea for a joke, and then I'll sort of look at it in the morning and go, you know, if I've scribbled it down on a bit of paper at 4 in the morning, I'll look at it in the morning and go, well, it's sort of half a joke, but it's not the funny half. Sort of a bit more, you know, challenging. It's a bit more esoteric and oblique. Means difficult to understand. So I thought we might go through some of these, right? I've got visual aids. I realise it sounds bad when I say it like that. I don't mean I was walking through a park and I saw 2 homosexual men having sex and a bit must have got in my eye. And now I've got all AIDSy eyes. I don't mean that. I mean I've got some pictures to help. These are slightly more challenging, bear with me. I'm writing a diet book. It's called Put That Down, Fatty. Pedophilia is wrong. It's paedophilia. Of course, the main cause of paedophilia, good-looking kids. Could you blame them? I was adorable. Do you realise if you put your teeth in Coca-Cola overnight, you'll drown? People actually believe Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon. Bullshit. It was Mr. Takeshi, a gardener from Nagasaki, who was standing next to where the bomb landed. Too soon? They say it's bad luck to put up an umbrella indoors, but I think if it's raining indoors, you've already had your bad luck. The problem with unidentified flying objects, UFOs, is if they identify them, they're just flying objects, FOs. And then if they land, it's just no. I saw an O. Oh. Lofts. Lofts are magical places where it's always Christmas. It only happens once a year, but when I collect the Christmas tree in the car, it looks like I've overdone it on the air freshener. If we are going to put an end to global poverty, now is the time to stock up on trainers. I'm joking. We're not going to put an end to global poverty. I was at a party, I was chatting to a guy. He said, "What does your girlfriend do?" I said, "Anything but anal." I'm joking. She loves it. I'm in a long-term relationship, but I'm not married. Is anyone else in that situation? Quite a few, but you're timid about saying, because like me, you'll know, if you're in a long-term relationship but not married, everyone, friends, family, colleagues, acquaintances, everyone feels they can stir it up a bit. As soon as anyone hears, they go, "Have you thought about? You two, have you thought about?" Trying to start an argument between us. I think it's very rude. So whenever anyone says to me, "Have you thought about? Have you thought about? Have you thought about?" I always go, "What, putting a third finger in?" I could give it a go. I'm not sure it's what the relationship is missing. Maybe try the shocker. 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink. That's how that works. Sorry, too much? 2 in the goo, 1 in the poo. There. Nicer for everyone. I don't know what conversation that prompted there. I imagine that was you, madam, turning to him thinking, "Glad it's not just you." I had a woman come up to me after a show in Tunbridge Wells. She said, "I found that shocker thing very uncomfortable." Now, I knew what she meant. But I couldn't help myself. I said, "Lubricant." I tried some Viagra recently. Has anyone else tried it? Yes. You have? Well, I admire your honesty there, sir. I tried it because you can now get over-the-counter Viagra. I thought, that sounds powerful. Over-the-counter, you say? Like a fucking cosh. Did you read the instructions when you tried it, sir?
I didn't.
You didn't? I did. I take these kind of things seriously because it's a medication. Even though it's a fun medication, it's a medication nonetheless. I was reading on the instructions for Viagra, it says, "Keep away from children." I thought, what kind of a man do they think I am? That can't maintain an erection with a child. Well, the fact a child has applauded that very loudly. See that? There's a child in a green T-shirt. You are a child, I'm telling you, going, "Yes! Finally, someone that can get hard with me." You fucking maniac. How old are you, sir? Do you mind me asking?
I'm 14.
You're 14? Right, I can't talk to you any longer. It would be grooming. And are you here with your mum? Oh! I'll be checking in with you in a bit. Well, that brings me very neatly onto the next bit of material. Who here's got kids? Like, kind of, was that? What, sorry? All right, Jimmy. What? What? What was that? You chipped in with something.
Go on, Jimmy.
You said, "Go on, Jimmy."
Yes.
Oh, right, ironically, slowing things down. You often do that, just stop people in the street and go, on with you, Dave. I just stopped you to tell you to continue. No, I don't have kids, but I've got lots of friends that have got kids. They're 5 and 6 years of age. I'll go around to their house, I get introduced. They say, this is Jimmy, he's a comedian. It's a bit like a clown. I go, "Well, it fucking isn't." And they'll say, "Shh, don't swear in front of the kids." And then they'll say, "Would you like to hear a joke?" And the little kid will go, "Yes." And I'm expected to perform. So I say, "When I was a kid, I was scared of the dentist." You would not believe the upset. What the paedophile? Come here, I'll show you. Now, I should warn you there will be some audience participation this evening. Apologies. And the only reason I mention it explicitly is because sometimes when I ask someone a direct question, they get a bit flustered. I think it's because they're used to seeing me on TV, so then when I ask them a direct question, they go a bit, "What the fuck is going on?" I didn't press the red button, it's gone all fucking interactive.
I got a guy wonderfully flustered the other day, front and centre where you're sitting there. And out of nowhere, I went, are you married or single? He went, single. And the girl next to him went, he isn't. How could you fuck that up? There was a lovely little pause and he went, I think I might be single now. Oh, well, look, who's seen me live before? Give us a shout. Well, you'll know every year my friend Chris does illustrations for me for jokes that I write that I think are a bit esoteric, that require a visual element to be fully enjoyed. Would you like to see them? Yeah. Well, good, otherwise he'd be fucking gutted and we'd be having some quiet time, which would be shit. Right, well, I'll show you some. Obviously, we'll kick off with some thoughts and ideas that I've had recently. Right, so, if you like looking at flowers but you can't be arsed with gardening, simply run down a kid outside your house. Can't believe you didn't think of it. On bonfire night, I hope our neighbours keep their pets locked up because there's something about fireworks that makes me really horny. I was outside a nightclub recently and I discovered that women can be bouncers if you're travelling fast enough when you mount the pavement. The thing I worry about when I hear kids in the third world are working 18 hours a day to make my trainers is, when are they going to get a chance to finish my fucking laptop? I was in a hotel having breakfast and the waiter said to me, he said, you want white or brown toast? I said, all toast is brown, you're thinking of bread. At any one time, a bowl of nuts on a bar will have 17 different types of urine on them. And that's why they're called peanuts. Wayne Rooney wears the number 10 shirt, or as he calls it, the stick and the circle. My friend reckons football violence and aggressive behaviour are triggered by primitive tribal rivalries, which are projected onto opposing teams and then expressed through exaggerated displays of loyalty. But he's a lying gooner twat, so he can suck my fucking cock. All that groaning and grunting in women's tennis, it reminds me of sex, in that I'm watching it happen on screen whilst masturbating. To explain spot fixing in cricket, it's what happens when something I don't understand is done by someone I've never heard of in the middle of something I couldn't give a fuck about. Spiders used to give me nightmares. Anyone else? Yeah, so what I've done is I've stopped eating them just before bedtime. Of course, the worst thing about being bitten by a poisonous spider is that you're probably Australian. Are there any Australians in? Welcome back.
I used to be quite religious, and I'm fascinated by lots of religious groups. There's some brilliant ones. There's the people that wear the armbands, WWJD. Stands for What Would Jesus Do? And Christians wear them to remind them to be more like Christ in everyday life. They sort of see that and they're, oh, what would Jesus do in this situation? Yeah. For the most part, they're very effective. They make people so annoying, you want to nail them to a cross. My absolute favourite Christian organisation of all time, it's called Christians Against Teenage Pregnancies. That's the Everest of hypocrisy, isn't it? If Jesus taught us nothing else, he taught us that the unwanted babies of teenage mums can turn out all right. You look as if you didn't quite understand that. Do you know who the protagonist is? It's Jesus. Born at Christmas or Easter. You must have heard of him. He could walk on water. Well, he probably couldn't walk on water. His mum probably just exaggerated. He was probably very good on ice skates. He died for your sins. Come. I said to my girlfriend, I said, on Saturday, how would you like to go shopping with the girls, get yourself some new shoes, get your hair done in a different style, and then go out for a couple of bottles of Chardonnay? She said, that sounds brilliant. I said, good, because we're breaking up. You know when a man says to you, it's not you, it's me? Ladies, you know when a man says that? It's not you, it's me. We mean that from the heart. That's not bullshit. That's true. It's just a fragment of a longer phrase. It's not you, it's me that's ending this relationship. Because I can't stand the fucking sight of you. Has anyone here been to Alton Towers? What do you think? Do you enjoy it? I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's great. Shit. Go on, who was that? That was you? Did you have a shit time?
It was awful.
My God. Tell me more.
Basically about it, we robbed the fruit machine.
Sorry, the best thing about Alton Towers was we robbed a fruit machine. That is an amazing sentence. Well, you went to Alton Towers and your complaint was not enough to nick. I love the way you're using now an expression of you see a fruit machine, you rob a fruit machine. Come on, we're friends, we all come on. You know, I'm a guy, you're a guy, we steal things from fruit machines. No! What's your name, sir?
Daniel.
Daniel. Well, nice to meet you, Daniel. What do you do?
I work at a jeweller's in Bond Street.
Unless you're the cleaner, they've made a massive error of judgment. So how long have you been casing this joint? About a year. And when's the big job? This is great. Do I get paid extra if this ends up on Crime Watch? Well, I liked Alton Towers. I thought it was good. I thought, you know, Alton Towers is good. Who thought it was good? Yeah, it's all right. It's like a poor man's Disney. Sort of place you might send a child who's dying of something that isn't that serious. What's he got? Asthma? We'll have a whip round. I'm making no promises. Brittle bones? Brittle bones. Has he been to Chessington? He'll have to bring his own cap, yep. The reason I mention Alton Towers is they've got a ride that they've been advertising on TV again. It's a vertical drop roller coaster. Correct me if I'm wrong, that's a lift. Right, good. Any questions so far?
How old?
What?
How old?
How old? Yeah, fuck grammar, we're in a hurry. How lazy is that? How old? Not how old are you, or would you mind telling us how old you are? How old?
28.
Well, have a guess. How old do you think I am?
12.
You think I'm 12? Well, you shouldn't even be having those kind of thoughts about me then. So what I've done, I've got some jokes for kids. I've rewritten some classic children's jokes. You'll know the original. Shout out if you do. What do you get if you cross a sheep with a kangaroo? A woolly jumper. I've gone for a genetic aberration that's an insult to both God and man. Where does the policeman live? 999 Let's Be Avenue, exactly right. I've gone for nowhere. He's been replaced by an undertrained and poorly equipped community support officer. Not that I'm having a go at community support officers. They do valuable work. Without them, how would we know where the nearest cash point is? There's one here. What, a cash point? Thanks very much. Are you a community support officer? Hello. How are you? You all right? And where's your beat? East London? You're a community support officer in East London? You're having a fucking laugh. Don't go out there without a gun. Good. Is it fun? Is it? I imagine it's quite a good job, is it?
It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's all right. Well done, you. There's some jokes about coppers coming up. Remember, they don't apply to you because you're not a real one. Why is it difficult to play cards in the jungle? Cheaters! No, it's deforestation. Cheetahs are actually endangered, so that is quite insensitive, sir. What do you call a donkey with 3 legs? Glue. Just be honest with yourselves. If you've got a donkey with 3 legs, you're going to take a picture on the camera phone and then melt that fucker down. What's brown and sticky? Anal. Right, last one of these. What's yellow and dangerous?
Shark-infested custard.
Shark-infested custard or the discharge from my cock. I'm joking, it's probably fine. Just smells weird. I get reviewed quite a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Journalists come along to the show and they write a little piece. Sometimes I'll look at it and think, oh, it's very nice. And then you'll look at it again a few days later and think, well, you could take that in 2 different ways. I'm going to read some reviews, see if you think I'm being paranoid. The Times said of this show, he couldn't be funnier. The Guardian said, there's funny, then there's Jimmy Carr. Is that a good thing? Catch him before he gets massive. I was doing a gig up in Hull. It was the second day on the tour I was doing in Hull. And on the front of the theatre, they wrote in massive letters, due to public demand, he's back for one night only. Doesn't that make it sound like the public got together and said, there's only so much of this bullshit we're going to stand for? Of course, we all say stupid things from time to time. I was chatting to a friend of mine, Peter. We're at a wedding. He was chatting about how much he wanted to have children. These are his exact words. He said, we'd love to have kids, but infertility runs in my family. If you don't get that, you should be sterilised. My uncle said, I can't be asked to get my prostate checked. That's an almost Zen-like stupidity. That's so stupid, it's almost brilliant. It's like those big matrix signs you get above the motorway. Do you know the ones, the big matrix signs that say, this sign is not in use? And you find yourself thinking, well, hang on, if that's true, how do I know that? It's a very odd thing being famous. I get this thing happen now where about once a week someone will come up to me in the street and go, I know you from somewhere. Do we go to school together? And I've discovered there's no way to say to another human being, no, we didn't go to school together, but do you own a television? Without sounding like a total fucking arsehole. What, sorry? Is that Buckfast? No, that's water. You've probably heard of it. Who's the most famous person I've ever met? Well, I once met her. It's quite an impressive one. I don't want to show off, but you know how villages have got idiots, yeah? I met the idiot for the whole of Glasgow. Yeah. Yes, he's one of the biggest cunts in the world, yeah.
I married him.
And you married him. That is, again, that will only happen in Glasgow. You call someone a cunt and their wife goes, yep. Oh, don't I know? Fucking hell. Yeah, I'll record it in Glasgow, it'll be fine. Really? Really? The big advantage to being famous, as I see it, is if I ever get Alzheimer's, I'm going to be absolutely fine. If I ever forget who I am, I'll be fine. Because as I wander around town for the day, people are constantly going, oh, look, Jimmy Carr. Oh, look, Jimmy Carr. Oh, look, Jimmy Carr. Jimmy Carr. So if I forget my identity, I'll be constantly reminded. The downside to that is about 5% of the time people get it wrong and think I'm Alan Carr. So about once a week, I'd end up back at the care home sucking off an old fella. Oh, I don't really like it. Looks. Let's talk about my looks. Well, it could be worse. It could have been a pop-up book. Looking at me, you wouldn't think I was voted the 4th sexiest man in Britain. And you'd be right. I wasn't. People often ask, how do you get the Jimmy Carr look? Well, get your mother to drink heavily during pregnancy. Sorry, mate, no offence. I do look a little like Roger Federer, and a lot like Ian Beale's daughter from EastEnders. Yeah, I wish that wasn't funny. I wish that didn't ring true, but sadly it does, doesn't it? It's an odd thing, being on TV, being on stage in front of all you people, it makes you more vain than you should otherwise be. I mean, I'm a 37-year-old man, I shouldn't be vain at all. I realise you can't polish a turd. But you can roll it in glitter, can't you? So you do the best with what you've got. And I always try and make the best of myself, you know, try and, you know, dress well and present myself well. It only ever leads to embarrassment, Vanity. I remember the first time I did a room this size in London, my older brother came to the gig. Yeah, I've always, like, looked up to my older brother. He came to the show, came backstage afterwards. He didn't say anything about the performance. He just went, "Are you wearing makeup?" And to my eternal shame, I went, "No, it's tinted moisturiser." I realise now, I couldn't have sounded gayer to him with two cocks in my mouth. Let's talk about my career. I've got a terrible boss, self-employed, and I'm currently on sexual harassment charges. Of course, on the other hand, you are looking at Employee of the Month. How can I explain what it's like? You know when you walk past, like, an electrical goods store and they've got all the TVs in the store hooked up to one camera and you kind of do that weird thing of waving at yourself as you walk by? And there's an odd moment where you go, well, I don't want to stop waving because I'm still waving. That's what Channel 4 is like for me. I'm like their fucking screensaver. And for the moment, it's just stand-up and TV for me. My acting career has been put on hold, and that was a decision taken by you, the British public. Yeah, a lot of comedians that I started with have now gone to Hollywood to make movies, which is great, you know, well done them. But there's something called loyalty, and there's something else called a lack of talent and no offers. I've just noticed, can you all just keep a little bit quiet for a second? I've just noticed there's a man over there, that pit in a blue jumper. I think he might be asleep. If you could just keep quiet around him. Just shush, shush. Oh, and fuck, he's woken. Fuck. Hello? You're having a fucking weird dream, aren't you? I wouldn't fall asleep again. Something very bad will happen. I was going to teabag him. Shit. It's annoying, isn't it? I'm never quite sure how to take an encore. I'm never quite sure what it means. It either means we've had a lovely time, we just like a few more minutes, or £17 for that, you're having a fucking laugh. Shall I tell you what this is like, ladies and gentlemen? It's very much like, after talking to you for about an hour, it's like being at a dinner party and realising you're the only one on cocaine. You find yourself thinking, they're not a very chatty bunch. If it wasn't for me, this would be shit. I was going to tell you a story about a gig I did recently. I did a gig for Mojo magazine. It's a big, you know, pop magazine. And did a gig, it all went well. I was doing their award show for them. They invited me on. They said, yeah, will you do our awards? I said, my pleasure, lovely. Lots of rock stars and rock chicks, be cool. There was the awards there. I was just doing sort of 10-minute stand-up to begin with. I told a slightly anti-American joke. I said, of course, in Britain, we've got eat as much as you like restaurants, whereas in America, you've got eat as much as you can. You've added that important ingredient, competition. So not only could you be enjoying a delicious meal, you could be beating a personal best. Thus, the necessity for 3 pockets on the back of your jeans, you fat fucks. And a voice from the back of the room shouted, "Fuck off!" I thought, I presume you're American, are you? He said, yes. I said, think of it as friendly fire. He then shouted, "Fuck off" again, but louder. I thought, well, I better deal with this. I said, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, the only reason I got into comedy and doing this kind of thing is because I thought it would be a bit of a fanny magnet. I wasn't expecting a cunt like that. At which point, the editor of Mojo magazine, who was sitting just down here, got up and looked like he was going to come around and pull me off. Not like that. That was funny, well done. No, you go ahead. I sort of signalled to him to stop. I signalled to him to stop. I said, I'm sorry, sir, it was a cheap shot. It's a bullseye, doesn't matter. And I apologise unreservedly, sir. I did not mean to... Well, I mean, the thing was, the line got a laugh, but then there was an audible, ooh. I thought, well, who have I told to fuck off? It was a guy called Anthony Kiedis, who's the lead singer of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. And I'd noticed on the way in that he was on the cover of Mojo magazine, and I wasn't. I thought, this is a social faux pas of epic proportions. You know, and I thought, well, I better apologise unreservedly. I said, I am sorry. If I've caused any offence, I'm sorry. I did not mean to call you a cunt. I'm sure you're not. I'm sure you don't have the depth or the capacity to give pleasure. I'd say comfortably 4 minutes later, I was presenting him with a Lifetime Achievement Award. A chicken that has had its head chopped off can run the entire length of a football pitch before it dies. That's what I call an opening ceremony. My girlfriend used to think that magazines like Zoo and Nuts and FHM and Maxim were pornographic, till she found my real stash. Obviously, I mean, it goes the other way too. You know, men are no good at stopping and asking for directions. Would you agree with that, ladies? Yeah, men are no good at stopping and asking for directions. Of course, on the other hand, maybe we wouldn't have to if you could read a fucking map. I've got no problem buying tampons. I'm a fairly modern man. But apparently they're not a proper present. Happy birthday, Mum! Any other thoughts, questions? He said, if you were a soup, what flavoured soup would you be? Is that who I think it is? Is that the BFG? What kind of a soup would you be? I would be a lovely, delicious wonton soup. I don't know what kind of a soup. What kind of a soup would you be? Is there a leading... I'd be tomato and basil. You've got the loveliest voice in the world. What, sorry? Get you a date? Not a problem. Do you like 13-year-old boys? Sorry, mate. We're all having a laugh. You're going, is that going to happen? I don't know. You're fine. You're golden. And what's your name, sir?
I'm Steve.
Stephen?
Steve.
Steve. What do you do, Steve?
I'm a dentist.
I'm a dentist. And I like soup. You're never going to chip a tooth on soup. Said the BFG. You're wasted. You should be doing voiceovers. It's lovely.
I'm going to date with ya.
There is a large titted slag that will fuck you. That's fair, isn't it? That's okay. It's lovely, isn't it? She's pretty hot. She's all right. I don't know if you can see her. Can you see her there, Steve? She's all right. Could she stand up? I don't think she could because you'll topple forward. Would you like to have a go on that? She said woo really, really quietly, but it picked up an echo from her enormous... It's going to be like throwing a sausage up an alleyway, but... I'm only kidding. What's your name, madam? Tracy. Tracy. Of course it fucking is. Of course it is. Of course. Sorry, I've got to stop being Cilla Black for a minute, but you two can meet in the lobby. You've got the same sense of humour, and she's, you know...
She's easy.
She is easy. When I was younger, I couldn't talk to women because I was hiding in their wardrobes masturbating. Would have totally given it away. You didn't see that coming, did you? I think the men in the room will be able to relate to this. My girlfriend always wants to stay in and watch Downton Abbey, but I want to go out and get a new girlfriend.
I thought it'd be okay for me to have sex with other women because my girlfriend and I were on a break. But apparently, I ruined that weekend at Centre Parks. I was going to tell you a story about the poshest place I have ever been. I got invited last year to Clarence House, where Charles and Camilla live in central London. I got invited there. I'm involved in this hospice charity because I'm such a fucking terrific guy. Not because I was press-ganged into it. No, no, no. Maybe a little. Anyway, I'm involved in this thing. So Camilla is the patron of this great charity. So she organised, like, drinks and a concert and dinner in her home to, you know, thank the corporate sponsors and to get more people to donate money, raise a bit of money, raise awareness, that sort of thing. In her home, though, she put on this event. So we're all in her front room, literally Charles and Camilla's front room. It's the most ornate, like, high, beautiful sort of ceilings, and they've got a telly and a couch in the corner like normal people might have, but every square inch of mantelpiece and shelf and sideboard has got a beautiful object on it that they've been given by visiting dignitaries or they've picked up on their extensive travels of the world. It's a very intimidating space to be in. So we're all standing there having a drink, and she's coming around saying hello to everyone, and she gets to me, and because I'm a dick, as I feel we've established, she gets to me and goes, "Oh, how are you involved?" And I went, "Never mind about that. Have you seen Cash in the Attic?" Because we're sitting on a gold mine here. And to her credit, it's absolutely true. She went, "Yes," winked and fucked off. Brilliant. I did another weird royal thing last year. I did the Jubilee. Did anyone see the Jubilee? I did a little thing where I had to introduce Grace Jones in a hula hoop. Nice work if you can get it. In order to do that, I had to get past security at Buckingham Palace. Here's what it consisted of. So I met an armed police officer. His only job is to guard our Queen, to make sure that no one steals our Queen and uses her head to photocopy it and make their own money and stamps. I don't know. So I walked up to this armed police officer outside Buckingham Palace. I said, "Security." He went, "Yeah." Here's his question. He said, "Are you in Al-Qaeda?" I went, "No." "As you were." I thought, this guy seems fun, so I asked him, I said, "Does anything funny ever happen when you're rolling with the Queen?" He said, "Yeah, I'll tell you this story. Has to be in confidence, though." I said, "You can trust me." He is not a good judge of character. I'm also in Al-Qaeda. No, I'm not. Or am I? No. So he told me the story. He said the Queen, her whole entourage, she travels with about 15 people. They went up to Glasgow last year. She was opening a drop-in centre for homeless alcoholics. Of course in Glasgow. Where else would you fucking put it? It's very much ground zero for homeless alcoholics. It's their biggest export. So the Queen's there, and she's cutting through the ribbon like a fucking ninja, and all the usual suspects are there. There's the mayor, there's the local dignitaries, there's the chairman of the charity, the people that work in the local office, and they've got a couple of the homeless guys, the alcoholic homeless guys from Glasgow, that the charity has helped in other locations, suited and booted, washed and brushed there to meet the Queen, so that she could see the people that have benefited from her kind works. Lovely. So the Queen, as we all know, has only got one bit of shtick, which is the question, what do you do? That's her only question. She doesn't point like that, that'd be mental. But that's her only question, what do you do? That's all she asks. She said to a Scottish alcoholic homeless man, "What do you do?" And he came back, rather epically, I feel, with, "Same as you, nothing."
Hello, I'm Jimmy Carr, and I've spent the last year wandering around Britain playing about 160 shows to the great British public. I've got a carbon footprint like a Wookiee. Obviously, when I'm chatting to people in the audience, sometimes it's funny. And when it's funny, what we like to do is take that little audio clip and then get little sort of boffiny people to animate it. Here, ladies and gentlemen, for your delectation and delight, are some cartoons. That's cartoons. It's like a pun. It's like a joke. Remember those jokes? Yeah, it's funny. Cartoons. Enjoy.
Any other questions or anything?
Really an ignorant bastard off stage.
Am I really an ignorant bastard? I'm pretty ignorant, yeah. You know ignorant means handsome. Are you really ignorant of... Well, I suppose. I'm self-confident about my ability to use words. Yeah, maybe more so than some. Are you really ignorant? Yeah. I'm not that arrogant. No, I think people often think I'm going to be really aggressive when they meet me. I sort of come up and go, oh, can you sign this? And you go, oh, all right, of course I can. They go, oh, he's not a total cunt. Massively surprised. Now, what makes you think I'm arrogant? I presume that's what the word you were shooting for. Maybe. I imagine when you do spell check, it goes, oh, can you... Can you give me another clue? Could you use it in a sentence? It's just numbers. Do I come across as arrogant, do you think? I come across as a cunt. Well, do you know what? I'm thinking about keeping the £15 you pay for a ticket. What, sorry?
It's like £12 or something.
It's like £12. Yeah, I'm the one that looks a fool. You pay £12 to see a cunt. How little is there going on in Aylesbury that you went, fucking hate that Jimmy Carr? You going to the gig? Yeah, I'm going to the gig. Nothing else to do. Do you not like me, or do you think I'm funny, but you think I'm a bit weird, or what?
You're a bit weird, but you're funny, so...
Okay. No, I'm not that arrogant. I tell you what, shall we all say it together? So let's not single anyone out. I'm not going to single you out, I'm not going to single you out. I'm going to single you out. Let's all say arrogant together. Because then we'd have had a funny evening, but also would have learnt a word. Yeah, come on, let's. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Lovely. I will say I'm a little bit patronising. That means when you talk down to someone. Any questions? Anyone want to chip in?
Who won the rugby?
Do I need to be here for the questions? I didn't realise they were going to be group-based. It's England. We all won. In a sense. If you can live vicariously through other men, then oh. Who will we be playing? Who, sorry? France? Is that near France? So we beat France in a game of rugby. Well done. Of course, the big innovation in rugby was the introduction of the ball. Before then, it was just buggery. You know how it was invented, though? It was not far from here, rugby, at the school. You know the story of how it was invented? Some boys were playing football, yeah? Yeah, and one of the boys said, "This isn't gay enough." What do you do? I'm not from the DSS, there's no... What do you do?
I'm on the social.
You're on the social. Is it easier if I just ask, is there anyone that's not on the social? If there is, I'm presuming you work at the social. On the social makes it sound much more fun, though, doesn't it? I'm on benefits. Makes it sound like that's a bit of a pain in the ass. The social. I'm going down the social. They may be dancing. Any other thoughts?
Should Wales and England separate?
Should Wales and England separate? What you need, sir, is a paper and some degree of education. No, there is a Welsh Parliament, if I'm not very much mistaken. I mean, basically it doesn't fucking do anything. But let's not be like that. No, I don't think they should.
Do you share the English perspective that we sponge off you?
Do I share the English perspective that you sponge off us? What, sorry?
I think I've asked 3 people what they do for a living. 2 of them are on benefits. You think we're spongers? What do you do for a living, sir?
How does it take to do your hair?
How long does it take me to do my hair? Literally no time at all. I mean, I wash it on a regular basis, and then it goes like that. You don't like it?
I love it.
You love it? I love it. Good on you. Yeah, it's a bit weird. It's a bit anachronistic, isn't it? It looks like it was cut in the 1930s. Is it a wig? If you had a wig, you wouldn't necessarily go... You wouldn't go, I'd like a 1930s quiff, please. No, it isn't. I do wear a merkin, though. Do you wear a wig? No, well, not there. It's a pubic wig. What, sorry? Does it itch? Yeah, but that's got more to do with other things. I should never have fucked her. No one has freckles on their vagina. What, sorry?
How old was you when you lost your virginity?
Okay, some of them... 26. True story. I was waiting for something consensual. What did my mum say? That's very funny. What are you doing? Why is she Irish? She was Irish. Is anyone willing to divulge what their ultimate sexual fantasy is?
Mother-daughter.
What, sorry?
Mother-daughter.
Mother-daughter. You've got to admire his honesty there.
His own mother.
His own mother and his own... He's not from... He's not from Abergavenny. And... What is it that's appealing about the mother-daughter thing? I can't quite see the attraction. I imagine the mother-in-law would be quite complaining. Oh, that's right, fucking her the whole time. Here's me licking your balls. Any other questions? Let me get a little photo. What, sorry? Why am I doing stand-up? Because cunts like you will give me 20 quid a pop. Seems like an old thing to say. I'm not for a second calling you a cunt, sir. It just seems a bit odd as a thing to say when you've come to see me. You were forced. What do you mean you were forced? Your friend forced you to come? And you're not liking it? Well, what do you like jokes about? Maybe I could do something specifically for you. You like racist jokes? Well, maybe we could all club together and get you tickets to see Jim Davidson. That'd be nice. I wrote one joke that I think's a bit racist. So I didn't put it in the show, but I think it's quite... I don't know if it is racist, because it's more about accents than it is about a race. North Korea, and this is just for you. North Korea and Japan don't get along. They never have, and I don't think they ever will, ladies and gentlemen. You know what the problem is? Neither side can say they're sorry. Now, fuck off, you racist cunt. Yeah, a racist in Brixton. Good luck getting home, mate.
Any other, imagine that being your complaint. Oh, do we have to go and see him? He's not even racist. Oh, this is rubbish. He doesn't seem to hate anyone.
Any other genuine ultimate sexual fantasies rather than just weirdness? Go on.
The window.
The window? The window? What the fuck is the window?
Your girlfriend's up against the window, doggy. Your mate's in the cupboard. You swap round, go around the window and wave at her.
Okay, all right, okay. So this is his ultimate sexual fantasy. You're fucking a girl. Already this is far-fetched. Already we're in the realms of fantasy. Okay, so you're fucking a woman, yeah? You're fucking her, and you've got a friend in a cupboard. Okay, so it's already a bit gay as far as I'm concerned. You're fucking a woman, yeah, no, we're going to make love. Darling, could you point that way, towards the window? No, I just like it, I've got a breeze. This is how I work, okay? And you see, and then you make an excuse. You say, I've just got to... I'll be back in a second. She can't notice. Yeah. She's got to be paralysed from the waist down then. Oh, I see how it would work for you because you have a tiny penis. So she's not sure whether it's in or not. She's just happily flicking through a magazine, looking out the window. So you've got your friend comes up, he's got a similar sized cock to you. Oh, and he goes, hang on, you tag out, I presume. And then, whoa, he's in. It's a rape taking place now. There's a rape occurring now. Someone's having sex with her against the world. He's raping her. He's the rapist. You've done nothing. You've aided and abetted. You've greased the baking tray, so to speak. You look genuinely appalled, madam. I'm sorry. He started it. And then you go around and wave to your girlfriend as she's being raped. That's nice. Yeah. No, that is... Tell you what, Stephen, his romance isn't dead. You look genuinely appalled, ladies. God love you for that.
Can I ask you, sir, are you expecting an important call? You keep on getting your phone out and having a...
No, I got a text message.
You got a text message? Oh, you got a text message, ladies and gentlemen. Fucking hell. Fuck this.
It was his mum.
Who was it?
My girlfriend.
You haven't got a girlfriend. You've got a girlfriend? And she texts you? Right. From what? Imaginary land? Go on, what did she text to say? Tell us the story.
She won a raffle.
She won a raffle? Are you going out with a much older woman? Oh, I've won a meat raffle. I'm in a very good mood. I can't find my teeth, I'll have to suck you off without them. Gummy. Where did you win a raffle?
At the work Christmas party.
At the work Christmas party. And where does she work?
Sainsbury's.
Sainsbury's. Oh. A little bit of orange uniform going on. You sometimes pretend you're fucking an Oompa Loompa. Well, you do. Gynemastia. Should we talk about gynemastia? Gynemastia is the men getting boobs. Moobs. Man boobs. Or man tits. Mits. Call them what you like. The manly boobs. The weird thing about the man boobs is men are really self-conscious about it now and getting kind of, they don't want to go to the beach or on holiday because they feel they can't take their shirt off. It's horrible. I say, look at the positive. Yeah? If you're getting man boobs, you can add a whole new dimension to a wank. You can be at home of an afternoon thinking I might have one off the wrist, we didn't get broadband for nothing. You're just about to and you think, hang on, no, I'm better than that. Tits first, I'm not a slag. Said with experience.
Same experience, yeah?
What, having a wank? I'm 35, mate. Yeah. What do you know?
You sound Scottish. It doesn't cost anything. I imagine you do. You've got what at the moment?
Easy access.
You've got easy access.
The best sort of beer. Getting old. In English?
In English, I think he's saying I'm a member of a ring. Someone thrown some heroin or shortbread or something. Am I what? No, I'm all about the poontang. Tell you what, I'll prove it to you, love. I'm kidding, because actually, I'm going to fuck her in the arse just to kind of... She'll go... Do you know what my favourite thing about Northern Ireland is? Like the history of Northern Ireland, not that I know fuck all about it, but the fact that we called it in England, in London, the Troubles. We might as well have called it the Spot of Bother. What, 20-year civil war? Spot of bother. Yeah, we're having a little bit of trouble. Don't want to go on about it. We should call the Iraq War the to-do. You haven't explained to him what the troubles are. They don't really report it on CBeebies, do they? It's a real gap since John Craven left. You haven't watched Newsround. You're fucked. I noticed all the boys down the front have highlighted their hair. That's excellent. It's nice, because sometimes it's difficult. Some people don't have very strong gaydar. So it's nice to give them a heads up. And none of that down there. Sorry, for all I know, you're the Arctic Monkeys. Hello. I want to be rude. Excellent. I'm sure it's a fashion thing from the mid-80s. Maybe you're Def Leppard. Has anyone got any questions? If anyone wants to chip in.
What hair product do you use?
What hair product do I use? You want to try and avoid that hair product? I don't know. I don't know what it's called. Spunk. I think so. If you're labouring under the illusion that spunk is a hair product, it sounds like you may have been abused as a teenager. Were you on scout camp? And the scoutmaster said, "You'll need something for your quiff." I'm going to take a photo. I don't get to play here every day. I thought I might, a little reminder. Has anyone got any questions? It might be a good time for that.
Will you marry me?
Will I marry you? I'm not the captain of a ship, but certainly if you have a partner, I I pronounce you man and wife. And on a Patrick. Sorry, who said, will you marry me? I'd fuck you. Any good for you? I think a marriage is a hell of a commitment, isn't it? Also, the fella that you're with doesn't look at all happy. How long have you guys been together? 2 years. 2 years? And you're willing to throw it all away? What, sorry? Only for me. Well, you say that. And what do you do for a living, sir? You're a sales assistant. Whereabouts? Go on, what kind of thing?
Sell computer games.
You sell computer games? Ooh. Yeah, tell you what ladies love. Knowledge of computer games. Although you are probably quite good with your thumbs, aren't you? You can probably get her off in seconds. Hang on, there's a cheat on this. Would I fuck... You'd fuck my dad to save your mum? If we can hook up that deal, I'm more than happy with that arrangement. fill your boots, sir? What, sorry?
I like my boots.
You love the boots. That's a very odd reaction to that phrase. Fill your boots. I love the boots. You sound like some kind of sassy cat from a cartoon. I love the boots. The new schmoo voice. What do you do for a living, sir?
I work at co-op.
I like the co-op. Don't knock the co-op. Because the co-op do everything from like, yeah, I just need a pint of milk. And also, could you bury Nana? That's a mental shop, isn't it? Yeah, pint of milk, Benson Hedges, bury Nana. Cremated, yeah, lovely. Fucking wicked. What do you do then?
I do the food.
Please say you bury Nana.
No,
What do you do?
I work at the food. I do the...
I work at the food. Fucking hell. I can see why your greengrocer business isn't being targeted. The big supermarket's not really on it round here, are they? So what do you do for this supermarket? I do the food. I do the food. Make you go young. Yeah, see? I love the boots. I love the boots that come with a job. I do the food. I've created a whole comic persona for you, but... Some people have that weird sexual thing about wanting to... they've got like a glass coffee table, and they sit under it and someone defecates on the... and they think, oh, God, that's disgusting. A glass coffee table? What is it, the 70s? For fuck's sake. I get reviewed quite a lot now. That's a weird thing. It started happening. Like journalists coming to the show. I don't know if there's any in this evening. Are there any journalists in? Are you a journalist? With who? UBC. EBC? Is it BBC? What? What, are you undercover or something? Go on. Who are you a journalist with? BBC. The BBC? And what, are you covering this? No. How little is happening in this town? News, news, news. I'll tell you what I noticed is happening in this town. I got that, you know that little What's On guide for Belfast? Have you seen that? It might just be for fucking tourists like me, but I had it in the hotel. Flicking through it, couldn't believe my luck. The big front page story, there's an exhibition, the design and build of the Titanic. Strikes me when this town starts taking pride in that, things are at a bit of a low point, aren't they? Yes, of course, we designed and built the Titanic. Didn't that famously sink? It's... What, you didn't build the iceberg? Yes, how were you to know? How were you to know there'd be a bit of ice out there in the fucking ocean? It just strikes me that it's a brilliant exhibition about the design and build of the Titanic. Doesn't mention the fact it sinks at any point, and just at the end of it goes, it was fine when we last saw it. Whereabouts of the ship, unknown. Adorable. Hello, what do you do for a living, sir?
Repossessed houses.
You repossess houses. Ooh. What, sorry? What was that? Well, maybe if you paid your fucking bills, you wouldn't, you know what I mean? You didn't want to. I don't really understand those financial... I mean, repossessing houses sounds a bit horrible as a job. I didn't know that when Northern Rock went under, I didn't understand that at all. How are they in trouble and Ocean Finance are fine? We've all seen the people they lend money to on the ads. They lend money to people like Reese. I love the way Reese is... It's indiscriminate. He just likes having his name mentioned. Doesn't matter if it's a negative connotation. Tell you what, Reese has murdered people. Yay. You mentioned me. You're adorable. Any other questions?
You're a legend, mate. You're a legend.
I'm a legend. I'm not a great legend, though, am I? I'm not like King Arthur. I don't think in 5,000 years' time, people will be sitting around campfires. All right, I'm halfway through a fucking bit now. I'm just saying, I don't think in generations to come, people will be sitting around going, and there was a fat-faced man. And lo, did he know a lot of fucking one-liners. Just doesn't seem as kind of... But thanks very much.
Yeah, great. So shake your hand.
Can you shake my hand? I'll do it myself. That's it. Hey. And they say music hall's dead. I'm quite dyslexic. Any other dyslexic sentence dyslexic? Well, from that reaction, I'm guessing proper old-fashioned stupid. Woohoo! I can't fucking spell. Boom. See, sorry, were you trying to say something else, but it just came out all O's? A little noggin. What? Can't spell, don't care. D-O-N-T-C-A-R-E. Have you got a T-shirt on? What does it say, sorry?
Jimmy 4.
Jimmy 4? My God, you're aiming low in life, aren't you? And what does it say on the back? Will you marry me? Well, that's going to put me off when I'm fucking you, isn't it? That's going to... You haven't thought that through. I think I might lose my erection. I'll be going, oh, she wants a long-term commitment. I hate reading, it's boring. It's the kind of gig where I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this gig I was in a wicker man in the town square going, Christ no, Christ no. Yeah, them over there going, oh, I wish we thought of that. Now, do you ever get any racist graffiti in Belfast? Do you ever get any horrible... Well, I know you have your murals, but I don't count those. If someone's gone to the trouble of drawing a lovely picture. I always think that's a shame when they pose for those pictures. Go, take your balaclava off, come on. Is there a generation of artists in Northern Ireland going, I can't really do faces? Yeah. And now they're kind of a little bit out of work, going, yeah, could you wear a roll neck and a cap and then pull that down and that up? I can do eyes. Quite sinister eyes. Do you want to get back to me if you get a penny for JJ? That's right, I said for JJ. What of it? Why is the for JJ funny?
That's what he calls mine.
That's what he calls yours? After he heard me say it on telly, he now calls your lady place a for JJ. I could not be more flattered. Literally, I couldn't be more... What a beautiful double bum you have there, sir. Okay, should we do some improv, Colchester? Yeah. Let's have a look. Get a few suggestions from you. Let's do some improv. Okay, I'll need a few things from you, and then we'll... Okay. I need a historical figure.
Gandhi.
Really?
Tutankhamun.
When you said that.
Tutankhamun.
Not Tutankhamun.
Tutankhamun.
Tutankhamun. Yeah, all right, Tutankhamun. Let's go for that. Sounds weird now, in my thing.
Tutankhamun.
She's from around this way. It sounds so right in your accent.
Which one tonight? Steve, Dave?
It sounds to me, when you say it, like two different blocks. Let's go. Super follow. Super follow. Hey, have a guess, St Albans, how much I give every year to animal charities. Have a guess. What, sorry? £1 million. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, the Queen. With a lovely wave as well. Good on you. Have you ever heard of an amount of money less than £1 million? That voice suggests that £1 million. Cool, you're posh.
Robin's your cock.
Well, I would rather not say. How's about you tell me the girth of your vagina? And we will ascertain whether it would be like throwing a sausage up an alleyway. What, sorry? A KFC bucket. Possibly a KFC bucket, sir, if that helps your process. How long am I in Brighton for? For tax purposes, I'm not sure. I think until tomorrow night, but who knows? Where am I staying tonight? Yours, baby! I'm joking, of course. I'm going to use that lady's enormous vagina as a sleeping bag. I'm joking, of course. I'm going to fuck it like everyone else. Unnecessarily harsh, I'm sorry. It's a perfectly reasonable question of yours.
What happened to your face?
What happened to my face? Oh, that's a great question. I've just got a big face. There's no getting around it. Well, you could go around it. It'd be quicker to go through. Takes a certain confidence from someone with Lamar's haircut. I like the way you've highlighted your hair, Sam, because you've clearly thought there's too much hair to revise. I'll just highlight the important bits. Well, God love you. Save you. There's nothing really the matter with it other than it's a funny shape. It's come in handy in this job. Oh, also, your mum says hi. It's a contractual obligation if someone heckles in an aggressive way that I have to say that. Where is she? Oh, hi there, how are you? I didn't recognise you because you're sort of sitting down, you're not doing that. I didn't recognise you, you can understand. I'm sorry, did you think I was a friend of yours from school? And that your mum being here, I go, I'm sorry, miss. Oh, I fucked her, loads. I'm not alone. Sorry, Dad. Sorry, not your real dad, but whoever she's brought home this week. Oh. I'd like to end by talking about heckling. I like heckling. I like it when people join in, even if it's a criticism of the shape of my face. I'm not angry at you. Maybe if you brought him up a little bit better. Yeah? Spare the rod, spoil the child.
She swallowed.
She swallowed, she didn't spare. Oh, the level of discomfort on his face now that's fucking genius. Well done, you. Yeah. Yes, that's your own father going, yeah, I like my son. I could have got sucked off. He's got silly hair, I sort of wish I had. He's gone such a brilliant colour. He's got literally the brightest red I've ever seen. Just hold your face up a second, it looks really funny, weirdly. Isn't that a weird irony? Sorry, mate, it's just your dad was just been talking about getting sucked off by your mum. That doesn't look so weird now, does it? I like heckling. That was a fucking marvellous heckle there, sir. Thank you so much. It's genuinely made me cry a little bit. I've done a little tear. What's your name, blonde lady?
Leave alone.
Move along? What are you saying, Vicky? Dance for me, monkey boy? Is he your fella? Well, what do you mean? He's either your fella or he isn't. Is he your fella? Yeah. Sorry, she's saying yes, and you're saying no, and you've gone really red and you look really embarrassed. They're fuck buddies. Oh! I see. How very modern. How very 2005. So you're not going out with each other, but you are fuck buddies. That is fantastic. Can we just all take a moment to, congratulate that man there? A lot of work has gone into that. A lot of work has gone into that. He's had to buy a Cosmopolitan for a couple of years. Sorry?
My parents are going to watch this.
And they'll know that you're a dirty little hussy. The great thing about that is that he's convinced you that, yeah, we don't need a relationship. It's so old-fashioned. I should be able to sleep with whoever I want to sleep with. And so should you, as long as it's just me. When I say...
There must be something else going on.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of jokes. It's not every day I get to talk to a slag. Come on. Now... I don't know where the mark is until I overstep it. That's my... You just did. That is juvenile. Sorry, for those of you that didn't see that, it'll be on the DVD. Available at all good car boots. Vicky's response to that, yeah, she's been called a slag at a show. That's not good in anyone's book, and I apologise for that unreservedly. But did you really need to do that? God bless you. Any Welsh people in? Any Welsh? Just one. We seem to have contained the problem. Good. I'm loving the Welsh. I really like... Every time I go to Wales, I have a lovely time. The people are very friendly. But I get annoyed every time I go to Wales, not by the people, but by the signs. All the signs in Wales. Have you been there? All the signs. Road signs, tourist information, shop signs. Every fucking sign has to be in English and Welsh. Everything. English and Welsh. It's ridiculous, because it costs a fortune to do, and only 5% of the population of Wales can read. Well, I like to think of myself as an equal opportunities offender. We've done the Irish, we've done the Welsh. Any Scottish people in? Imagine my surprise. Here's a question for you, my Scottish friends. If you were a homeless, alcoholic Scot, and you had Tourette's, how would they ever know? Tell you where it's rough in England. I was there recently and I didn't realise it was meant to be rough, but Nottingham, I didn't realise this, Nottingham is the gun capital of Great Britain. Tell you what Nottingham needs, a sheriff. It's quite a silly joke. There any Scousers in? Oh, there's a few there. All right, hi the Scousers. You well? No. What do you do for a living? Oh, sorry, I forgot you were a Scouser there for a second. I apologise, I didn't mean to... That's awkward. I'm not having a go at Liverpool. I'm loving the Scousers. It's a great place to do a gig. It's got a similar feel to Glasgow in terms of people heckle quite a lot. They join in. They're quite up for it. A nice sense of humour. Loving the Scouse crowd. Although I will say this about Liverpool. Liverpool is the only city in Great Britain where JD Sports has an evening wear department. They've got a fucking bridal shop.
Can I interest madam in an off-white tracksuit? I always make a bit of an effort. When I'm travelling around the country doing this job, I always make a bit of an effort to do the accent of wherever I am. And I think generally people take that pretty well. They like the fact you've made a bit of an effort. But sometimes people get chippy if you don't get it exactly right. I had a guy come up to me. I was doing a gig in the north of England. And this guy came up to me after the show, quite aggressive. Yeah. He said, all right, our kid. I don't think you've got any fucking respect for this town. Try and do the voice. We don't even fucking talk like that. Not bad. I said, no, you've got me all wrong. I love Newcastle. I've got a friend that got into an argument with a barmaid from Sunderland. Long story short, he ended up calling her a fat, ugly, Geordie cunt. And she said, I'm no a Geordie. I'm no a Geordie. Sorry, that's a terrible accent. But it is how they talk. I'm always impressed when I'm travelling around the place. I came up on the train, and I'm very impressed with anyone that can get on a train. Maybe some of you can do this. Can any of you get on a train and you don't have to ask, is it the right train? I'm unable to do that. Whenever I get on a train, I've always got to find someone who looks like a grown-up to me. And go, is this the right one? Is this the one for Glasgow? And we all know the answer, because we've all been asked by a tit like me. The answer is always, hope so. Hope so. I've started doing it on planes.
Mother always said, if you haven't got anything nice to say, fuck off. I read an interview with Margaret Thatcher a couple of years ago, and in it she was talking about her funeral. She said, I don't want my funeral to be a morbid affair. I want it to be a celebration. I thought, well, you won't be disappointed, love. My sister had a baby. I went to see her. She said, you want to wind him? I said, I'll give him a dead leg, shall I? Cats have got 9 lives, which makes them ideal for experimentation. A dog is for life, not just for Christmas. So do be careful at the office party. Watching sex on telly with mum and dad, that's embarrassing. I didn't even know they knew to use the camcorder. A very common male fantasy is to have 2 women at the same time. One to cook, one to clean. Easy there, I'm joking. They want to fuck them. Have you all seen the new Mel Gibson film? The Passion of the Christ. It's upset an awful lot of Christians. They're up in arms about it. He's made a film about the life of Christ, but he's tacked on this silly Hollywood ending where the hero comes back at the end. Does she love the little baby Jesus, or... Does she love the little baby Jesus or not? She's going for a wee. Is it a wee or a poo? Should we time her? It's always a bit embarrassing, isn't it? When people say they hear voices in their heads, as opposed to where exactly? Hearing voices in your legs. That's properly mental. I saw an advert for adult literacy classes in the newspaper. Are there any single men in this evening? Anyone single? You're single. Well, don't panic. I've got some advice for you. If you really like a girl and you ask her out and she says to you, I love you like a brother, suggest a weekend in Norfolk. Unless you're from Norfolk, in which case it probably is your sister. So are you from Norfolk? You don't look like you're from Norfolk. You're from Thetford in Norfolk. And is that your sister, girlfriend, both? Sorry, and you're here with your sister? Not really, though. Saturday night out, I'll take my sister. She's a looker. Have you ever with the... I'm only asking. Do you think your sister's attractive, can I ask? Do you think she's attractive or not? She's okay. Did you give her one? was very low, sorry. What about you, love? I can't believe that. He's from Norfolk. And he's brought his sister. It could scarcely be better. I'm amazed you didn't bring your mum. Did you split up? Oh, marvellous. Imagine your family tree's a straight line, is it? According to Ofcom, the people that make the guidelines for television, according to Ofcom, the most offensive words on TV are the F word and the C word. But I'm live on stage this evening, so I can say whatever the fuck I like. And those cunts can't do anything about it. I had trouble getting out tonight. Had to organise a babysitter. I don't have children. Just found they're a lot cheaper than escorts. She's 17, there's nothing she won't do for £50. Sort of half a joke, that, isn't it? Because it's quite funny, but also true. When I'm away from home, I sometimes get lovesick. Well, they call it chlamydia. I spend a lot of my time away from home, because this is my job. I travel around the country telling jokes to people. I love it. But I spend a lot of my time away staying in hotels because I have to travel. I was in a hotel a couple of weeks ago, walked into the hotel room. As I walked in there, just on the TV it said, "The adult channel is disabled." I thought, that's a bit specialist. I'm sure you've all seen this, Birmingham. On trains, they've got seats reserved for elderly, disabled and pregnant people. Begs the question, who's fucking all these old cripples? Do you ever hear anything so dumb it's almost brilliant? So stupid it takes you a moment to work out what just happened. I'll give you an example. I was on a bus, I heard this girl get on the bus, walk up to the driver and go, "Can I get a return?" And the driver went, "Where to?" And she went, "Back here." It took me like an extra beat to, oh, what's going on? Oh, she's a fucking idiot. Case closed. People worry about their physical appearance. We've all got silly hang-ups. Personally, I worry that one of my balls is bigger than the other two. I shave my testicles. I call them Brazil nuts. Makes me giggle. Because it tickles when I do it. The first few weeks of joining Weight Watchers, you're just finding your feet. Well done. All together or not at all on the laughter, I think. Feed line, punchline, laugh. Don't fuck about. You're getting it late nonsense. Are there any ginger people in tonight? We got any ginger people? We seem to have contained the problem there. Good. Ginger people get given a hard time. People say very unkind things about gingers, but I think you should be destroyed humanely. I can talk. Check out the look I'm rocking. I look like a Lego Hitler. Das ist da. When I broke up with my last girlfriend, I said, I blame myself. I should never have let yourself go. But you have, so you have to fuck off. So, career-ending gags. I used to worry about saying something so offensive I would never work again, but that was just me thinking like a gender-fluid snowflake. No offense. You paid good money to see an edgy comic tell edgy jokes, right? Yeah. Please, I'm here to deliver. Yeah, I will. And you all right, Gav? Has Gav wandered off? Yeah? Did he do that in Brixton? Well, sometimes he does. I'm sure we can fix the fucking lights, can't we? Can we fix the lights? Is it? Okay. All right. Oh, fuck it. It's exactly how it was, apparently. He has to fucking work with me, poor thing. Okay, I believe passionately in freedom of speech, but I do my best not to offend any gender-neutral groups, ethnic minorities, or fat, disabled, lesbo nonsense. That said, the next 5 minutes will be closer to the bone than a fat girl eating KFC.
KFC, or as I like to call it, the salty pigeon. You never see a pigeon outside of KFC, do you? It's like their Auschwitz. Right, career enders. When I give my opinion on gender or race issues, people say, well, it's easy for you to say as a straight, white man, but when I give my opinion as a gay Chinese lady, they don't like the accent I do. I make my own vegetables. I've got a hammer. Apologies to Patrick and his family. I'd like to try anal sex again, but my girlfriend's a little torn. This could be the one that ends it all for me. Are there young ladies in, like ladies in their teens and 20s, yeah? Quite a few. You want to go out, you want to get drunk, you want to have fun, right? But you haven't got an unlimited budget at this age. So, allow me to recommend the vodka tampon. It's exactly what you think it is. Get a tampon, you soak it in vodka, just a capful will suffice. Yeah? Pop it in your fine china. Very drunk, very quickly. And if you're menstruating, Bloody Mary. What I like about that is someone's going to try it. I was in Birmingham last night, they were selling them at the fucking bar. Who's got kids? You got kids? Can I just take a moment to thank you for coming to the show? We really appreciate you coming, because we've all lost friends to their kids. People we used to love hanging out with, they had kids, and we haven't seen them since. And that isn't the worst case scenario. The worst thing is, when they have kids, they still come out, but all they want to do is talk about their kids all the fucking time. And I've got no frame of reference. You know, what are you meant to say? It's awkward, isn't it? When they show you photos, what are you meant to say? Yeah, he's lovely, but no, I haven't seen him. No, I can't help you, look, I'm super busy. If you were that bothered, should have kept a lookout. It's a joke. I know where he is. And the joke's on them, really. He doesn't look like that anymore. He's got sad eyes now. I don't like it when people tell me their kid is adopted. What difference does it make it's your kid, whether it's biologically yours or a rescue? I hate it when coat hangers get all tangled up so you can't use them. So we're keeping the baby. Well, that joke's only there to warm me up for this joke. Here we go. In Texas, in America, they've made it effectively impossible to get an abortion, even if you get raped. That is so fucked up. Think about that. You serve your time, you get out, you've got to pay child support, nightmare. I was in Amsterdam. This joke's going exactly where you think it's going. I was in Amsterdam on tour, walked back from my venue to the hotel. I got through the middle of the red light district. I got propositioned by a lady of the night, not in one of the windows, but she was on the stoop having a cigarette, a young, attractive, I mean, she must be mid-20s, I guess, and she just went, like brazenly, she just went, "Are you interested?" I said, "I actually don't have to pay for sex. I'm a rapist." Can I end my career in 8 words? What do you think? Have a little faith, of course I can. Let's count them out. You can prevent any rape, just say yes. You look as if you really don't want to be laughing at that rape joke, but somewhat ironically, I'm forcing you. Which, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to go through, I get a lot of messages in from people, some from this evening, some of my favourites from the tour. We'll go through these, and then we'll call it a night. What do you think? Yeah, they're pretty fun. This is very much your bit of the show. Let me just grab a water. All right, first one in. Fuck's sake. Every night I get these. My blonde 19-year-old next-door neighbour has just asked me if I know anything about missing items from her clothesline. I nearly shit her knickers. Old school, pretty good though. I spent an hour on my wife's grave today. Bless her, she thinks I'm digging a path. I walked in on my wife shagging her personal trainer. I thought, this isn't working out. If animals don't want to be eaten, why are they made out of food? We want fucking answers, mate. Hey. Every piece of a chicken is potential nugget. Yeah? I'm 51 and my girlfriend is 23. We went out for dinner last night and people kept calling me a paedophile. It really ruined our anniversary. Hi, Jimmy. It's my boyfriend Cash's 28th birthday today. He'd love it if you gave him a shout out. He also wants to become a comedian. Can you please tell him not to quit his day job? Where's Cash? Where are you, Cash? Yeah. Are you up there, Cash? Yeah. What do you do at the moment, Cash?
I'm in technology.
You're in technology? What, like the Matrix? Yeah, man.
Yeah, I'm a client manager.
You're a what, sorry?
Client manager.
A client manager. Yeah, fucking leave and do comedy. How long have you guys been together?
Just over a year.
Just over, so you met in lockdown?
That's the funniest thing she's ever said.
That's the funniest thing she's ever said. What was? I don't think she said anything. What, sorry? What? You appear to be broken, you two. Give comedy a go. Like next summer, when you're going, you're probably going on holiday next summer, right? Planning a trip. Go to the Edinburgh Festival. The Edinburgh Festival's fucking awesome. Go and see some comedy. Go and try some comedy. You fucking love it, man. If that's what you're into, give it a go. Be all right, won't it? Yeah. What else we got? Will my husband still love my foof after having a baby? Yeah, one baby, plenty of tread left on that tyre. Where do you stand on that, ladies of London? Would you think the man should be there for the birth? Yeah! I think he should be there, but not there. I think the rule should be, no, not the rule, the law should be shoulders and above. Yeah, right, he's got no business down the business end. It's not dignified for you ladies. It's not great for him either, if I'm honest. I'm watching your favourite pub burn down. You're looking on, thinking of all the good times you had in there. Sure, you know they're going to rebuild it, but it's never going to be the same. Oh, no, they've knocked through into the back room. No. What else we got? Did you know that pigeons die when they have sex? Well, the one that I fucked did. I told you he was funny. He's fucked a pigeon, well done. I've got a goldfish that can break dance, but only for 20 seconds and only once. One animal was hurt in the making of this show. You're gonna fucking cry, are you? Do you drink water? Do you drink water? Yeah, it's a fucking fish's house, you monster. I imagine I'm gonna be blurred for the rest of this. Me and the wife have been happily married for 2 years, 2010 and 2018. Roque, seat 9. My friend just got dumped. Hashtag a muggy breakup. Please teach her not to go for fuckboys anymore. Lord above, because I am genuinely D-O-N-E, done. Hashtag daddy issues. Hashtag Jimmy, your agony aunt. Okay, so the fuck is going on there? Roque, seat 9, where are you? Who's just been broken? You just got broken up with? Is it because you're a hot mess? What, sorry?
Probably.
I've got a tip for you. Or if you like, I could put the whole thing in. No, seriously, can I get her washed and brought to my room? I'm joking. Don't bother washing her. There's no point. She's going to end the evening looking like a plasterer's radio. Okay, what else we got? Be careful if you're thinking of getting a rescue cat. My nan had a fall the other day, and hers literally sat next to her and did fuck all. Jimmy, I'm in a predicament. My girlfriend is a twin, and I accidentally slept with the wrong one. Accidentally. I should have been able to tell them apart because Sarah is blonde and Mike has a cock. Yeah, you'd normally be able to tell, wouldn't you? Oh, we've all been there. I got a rubbish thesaurus for my birthday. It was rubbish. Dear Jimmy, would you rather lick a dick a day for 365 days or lick 365 dicks in a day? Where are my gay guys at? We got any gay guys? Hey man, what's your name, my friend?
Joel.
Hi Joel. Look, help me out with this. I'm a straight guy.
Both.
What, sorry?
Why don't you have both?
Well, it's because Joel, this is, I know where you're calling from, this sounds tremendous. Here's my predicament here. Hear me out. I reckon I've got to go 365 in a day. Right? Go for the fucking record. Because here's the thing, if I did one a day, I reckon about 4 months in, I don't care how fucking straight you think you are, 4 months in, you'd start to express a preference, wouldn't you? 4 months in, you'd be going, oh, mate, you must be pleased with that. That's a fucking framer right there. Yeah. Delicious, I knew it would be. It would mess with your mind, whereas, 365 in a day, just be a fucking blur. What's it like, love? Go on, what else we got? My wife wanted to spice things up by playing doctors and nurses, so I put her on a trolley in the hallway and ignored her for 48 hours. My boyfriend has 12 nipples. Sounds funny, doesn't it? Very good. My dad recently died because we couldn't remember his blood type. As he was dying, he kept insisting for us to be positive, but it's been hard without him. Hi, I married my husband in May. That's the right person to marry. Of course you married your husband. Who else would you fucking marry? I married my husband in May and love him loads. Please tell him. Pixie and my husband Keith. Where, Pixie, where are you? Where's Pixie? Is Pixie sucking him off in the disabled toilet? Where's... Oh. Yeah, they're probably fucking in the disabled toilets, aren't they? That's what the disabled toilets are for. I mean, when disabled people aren't using them, that's why they've got that handrail for more exotic positioning. Of course it is, of course. What else we got? Autocorrect is so funny, my mum texted me, I love you, and it became, don't come home, you're a disappointment. Fun. My girlfriend needed cheering up, so I surprised her with a bukkake party. Everybody came, you should have seen her face. Are you explaining bukkake to your friend? Don't explain it, sir. I need 5 young, healthy volunteers. They have to be men. We've got a finale for the show. Bukkake is when a mummy and a daddy, and another daddy, and another daddy, and another daddy. You think I've made a mistake? I haven't. And another daddy, and another daddy, and they. She needs hydrating. Okay. All right, what else we got? Hi, Jimmy. If a gay man jumped on your back, would you wank him off? David, famously, David, it's would you toss him off? Would you toss him off is a double entendre. What you've given us there, Dave, wherever you are, is a single entendre. Jimmy, I'm a boob man, but my girlfriend has tiny tits. What do you suggest? Fuck a grown-up, you pedo. I got a vasectomy 2 years ago, and I thought it would prevent my girlfriend from bearing more children. But apparently, it only changed the colour of the baby. How did this happen? Well, now Jeremy Carr's gone, we'll never fucking know, will we? Jimmy, I've started seeing this girl with eczema. She's got cracking tits. Oh! Hi, Jimmy. It was my girlfriend Lucille's birthday yesterday, and we are down in London celebrating it. Would you be able to give her a shout out? It would be amazing. Thank you. Kiel. Well, where are you? Where? You trapped down a well. Hi. Which birthday is it? Sorry, it's rude to ask a lady her age. How much do you weigh? I went the wrong way. Go on. Which birthday is it? What, sorry? You're 29. Hello. Happy birthday. You know, it's her birthday, not yours, so no bum fun. Fuck her gently with the lights out. It's the rules. We've got to have a system. Happy birthday. Thanks for coming out. Hope you're having a good night. Happy birthday, you. Good. What else we got? Hi, Jimmy. I'm on a first date tonight. When we went for a beer before the show, I looked across at her. My legs turned to jelly. I couldn't think straight. I started to sweat. And that's when I knew. I drugged the wrong drink. He's forgotten which glass to put the Childro-Hypnol in, has he? My wife told me to get our ginger son ready for his first day at school. So I punched him in the face and started stealing money. Very good. Do you think Chewbacca has a human dick or a little red rocket doggy dick? I'm not giving it a lot of thought, but I think a little lipsticky one, don't you? He never gets a lob on, even Princess Leia in the bikini. What else we got? Do gay midgets come out of the cabinet? Okay. My uncle used to be a ventriloquist, but he wasn't very good at it. Every time he stuck his fingers up my arse, he told me not to say anything. I think it's better because I look like this. If guns don't kill people, people kill people. Does that mean toasters don't toast toast? Toast, toast, toast. The fuck does that even mean? Hi, Jimmy. Last time you were in town, me and my girlfriend were on a break, so she took her friend to the show instead of me. You asked her all about it, and she just replied, he's a cunt. Charmed, I'm sure. Anyway, we got back together and have been getting on really well since, and we're here tonight. I've been planning on asking her something and was wondering if you'd help me. Will you ask her to apologise for calling me a cunt in front of the whole theatre? Thanks. Worth it. 100% worth it. That's my show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming out. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for coming out. Safe fun. Cheers.
Hello, I'm Jimmy Carr, and I don't want to impose on your day. I know you just watched a clip of me. You probably had enough of me already. But if you could like and subscribe, that would help me in some way, which I don't fully understand. I think basically if you like and subscribe, then down the line, I have a more comfortable retirement. I don't know.